Hi, I'm Kate. I'm going to read to you about St. Margaret from Stories of the Saints by Carrie Wallace and illustrated by Nicholas Thornborough. It's time to go back to England, Margaret's mother told her. Your father's enemy has died, and now your father will be king. Margaret was an English princess, but she wasn't born in a castle, and she'd never been to England, even though she was already 12 years old. Her father, Edward, had fled England as a boy because another king wanted to kill him to take his throne. So Margaret was born in Hungary, where her family was hiding. Now the English throne was empty again. And this time, Margaret's father was a grown man, old enough to fight for it. So Margaret's whole family piled on a boat and sailed to England, the land she'd never seen, where her father would be king. But as soon as they landed on English shores, something awful happened. Margaret's father died. It might have been bad luck, or he might have been poisoned by an enemy. Nobody was sure. But now Margaret and her grieving family were far away from everything she had ever known. So they joined the English court while English nobles wrangled over who would take the English throne now that her father was gone. Some of the nobles thought that Margaret's brother Edgar should be the new king, since his own father had been next in line for the throne. So William the Conqueror, who ruled England at the time, kidnapped Edgar to keep him from seizing power. When William finally let Edgar go, Margaret's mother had had enough of England. She took her children and boarded a ship bound for Europe, hoping to leave all the English kings far behind. But as soon as their boat set out, a huge storm came up and blew them all the way to Scotland. Stranded in a new land they had never seen, Margaret's family threw themselves at the mercy of the King of Scotland, Malcolm, who invited them into his court. It didn't take Malcolm long to notice that Margaret was good and lovely and smart. So soon after she arrived, he married her, and she became Margaret of Scotland. Malcolm was a powerful warlord, but he loved his wife. And he loved it when Margaret read him stories from the Bible because he couldn't read himself. He had her books covered in silver and gold. And when she got up at night to pray, he got up and prayed with her. As Queen of Scotland, Margaret encouraged her people to rest on the Sabbath. She helped monks restore a monastery on the island of Iona and set up another at Dunfermline. And she set up the ferry across the Firth of Forth so pilgrims could reach the new abbey. Every day before Margaret ate, she served the orphans and the poor who came to her for help. Because she wanted to imitate Jesus, she washed the feet of the poor, just like Jesus washed the feet of his own followers. And everywhere she went, she took the beautiful copy of the gospel that Malcolm had given her, covered in silver and gold. One day, as she was traveling, she asked the priest in charge of the book to bring it to her. To his horror, he realized he didn't have it. "Go back," Malcolm ordered one of the soldiers. "Find it." The soldier searched along the path they had taken until he came to a stream they had just crossed. There was Margaret's golden Bible, floating on the surface of the water as if it were light as a stick. Not only that, but the water hadn't touched any of the pages except the first and the last. Margaret and Malcolm had 8 children, 6 sons and 2 daughters. 3 of Margaret's sons became kings, and she taught them all to be good ones. 20 years after Margaret and her family fled William the Conqueror, Malcolm went to war with him. But this time, Malcolm was captured along with his son. Malcolm agreed to a peaceful surrender, which meant that William should have spared their lives. But William double-crossed them and had them killed. Just a few days after she heard the news, Margaret died herself. When she did, a great mist arose around the Abbey of Dunfermline, so that not even William could bother Margaret's people as they laid her to rest. And after William finally returned Malcolm's body, he was laid by Margaret's side. Hundreds of years later, the Abbey planned to move Margaret to a place of honor in another chapel. but her coffin was too heavy for anyone to move, until they decided to move Malcolm's coffin too. Then Margaret's turned light enough to carry to the new chapel's high altar, where the two of them still rest together. The end.